Traditional safety barriers have dominated outdoor work sites for years, but now there's a faster, better way to build a safety fence. We are Scepter, and with just a few minutes of your time, we'd like to show you exactly how our system revolutionizes safety barriers. In this video, you'll see how Scepter's patented and reusable design delivers thousands in savings per mile. So please watch this short case study to the end and discover how our system can reduce budget and save time on every one of your future projects. To explain exactly how Scepter saves time and money, we'll simulate the construction of 3 one-mile fences so that by the end of this case study, you'll fully understand the Scepter difference. Let's get started by constructing our first mile of traditional fencing. We'll need traditional fence posts, barrier fencing rolls, plastic safety caps, zip ties, 1 install ram, a heavy-duty excavator, a commercial dumpster, and a 3-person crew. With materials, equipment, and crew covered, we can build our first fence. Once the job is done, we'll need to remove the fence. Now, because traditional fence posts tear and damage fencing material, we'll need to remove and discard all of the material. And since these posts are almost always impossible to remove by hand, we're forced to pull them using a costly excavator, which damages them in the process. Once removed, we'll dispose of the more than 4,000 pounds of broken fence posts and barrier fence using the commercial dumpster. With materials, equipment, and crew cost combined, the total budgetary impact of a single mile of traditional style safety fencing equals $15,055.89. Let's compare the materials, equipment, and crew costs to the first mile of Scepter. We'll need 600 Scepter HD fence posts and more barrier fencing rolls. For equipment, we need a simple club hammer, and we'll only need 1 crew member. That's all that's required to assemble our Scepter fence. Once it's time to dismantle, Scepter's built-in fence hooks prevent damage to our fencing material, so we can safely remove and store these for future use. Scepter posts aren't damaged during removal either, so we'll simply store them in anticipation of our next job. For crew hours, we'll only need 18.68 total hours. That puts our grand total at $11,797. In all, with Scepter, you're saving roughly $3,200. That's a nice boost to the budget, but it's not the end of the story, because the real value of Scepter comes from its reusable design. We now know what it costs to build 1 mile with each fencing solution. But let's take a look at how Scepter's reusability compounds savings by simulating the construction of a 1-mile fence at 3 separate job sites. Mile number 1, as we've previously seen, costs $11,797 for Scepter and $15,055.89 for traditional fencing for both setup and teardown. But as we begin our second 1-mile project, Scepter saves cost by reusing raw materials. So the only cost associated with mile number 2 is our 1-person crew. The traditional system, however, requires that we repurchase all the raw materials, rent more heavy equipment, and hire a new 3-person crew. And as we get into mile number 3, it's the same story. Scepter requires only minimal crew costs, while the traditional fencing requires costly materials, more equipment, and a larger team. In the end, for 3 1-mile projects, Scepter totals just $12,713.74, while traditional fencing comes in at $45,017.67. Scepter saves your budget a total of $32,303.93, a difference of approximately $10,700 on every mile across your future projects. Let's recap on why switching to Scepter is such a game-changing move to save on budget for all your future projects. In the first mile, we saw that material costs were similar, but Scepter saved significantly on payroll hours. For miles 2 and 3, Scepter proves itself again and again with breakaway savings, drastically cutting costs thanks to its patented and reusable design. And unlike traditional systems, when it's time to retire Scepter, the posts are fully recyclable, further reducing its impact on the environment and your bottom line. This is a truly modern solution, a safety fencing disruptor. Scepter leaves traditional fencing systems in the dust economically dominates the competition, and drastically saves timelines. How could you not switch to Scepter? From construction site crew to executive roles in your company, the value of switching to Scepter is clear to see. For more information or to find a vendor near you, visit scepterpost.com. And be sure to see our other case study videos, where we demonstrate the many benefits of using Scepter, such as its comprehensive safety features, payroll efficiency, and versatile environmental application.